fitness specialist and certified personal trainer at Synergy Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Today I'll be demonstrating how to do an at-home circuit training workout. So for the equipment, we have the resistance TheraBand, a yoga mat just because I'm outside and I don't want to lay in the grass, and then I have a chair for stability purposes for different exercises. Prior to completing any workout, you should adequately warm up for a minimum of 5 minutes. An example of a warm-up would be to simply march in place. You can have your arms in there. You could do heel taps out front, heel taps to the side. You can also make it more high impact by bringing a faster pace into the workout. It all depends on what best suits you. The purpose of a warm-up is to get the body ready for exercise, to get that blood flowing. Today's routine is broken up into 3 different circuits, one for lower body, one for upper body, and one for core. What we'll do is complete each exercise in the various circuits for 30 seconds. Once finished with one exercise, we'll move immediately into the next one for another 30 seconds. After you've finished all exercises listed in that circuit, we'll follow with a minute of cardio and then a minute of rest. Beginning with the lower body circuit, we're going to start with body weight squats. I have this set up to have a chair behind me for stability purposes. So we'll start with a hip width or shoulder width stance, whatever's most comfortable for you. And what you're going to do is you're going to hinge back at the hips, sitting back like you're going to sit in a chair, and come up. Drive through the heels, squeeze the glutes. Really good, get that good glute activation in there. Sitting back, you can tap or you can hover, whatever you feel most comfortable with. So we'll come up. Inhale as we go down. Exhale as we come up. One thing that we want to ensure is that as we do this, we don't want our knees to come in a knock-knee position. So as we go down, what we don't want to see is this. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the knees, as well as we want to make sure we maintain that nice neutral spine and our back isn't hyperextending. So, for example, going down like this. Once again, we're going to complete this exercise for 30 seconds prior to moving to the next exercise. Our next exercise is going to be a lunge. So once again, I have the chair here for stability purposes. If you feel like you don't need it, that is fine. So we'll start with just that nice soft stance, never want to lock out our knees. We're going to take a larger than normal step backwards, descend straight down into a lunge position, drive through the heels, squeeze the glutes as we come up, and return to starting. So larger than normal step back, descend straight down into that lunge, come up, and back together. What we don't want to see here is too small of a step and coming forward, which is going to let that knee cross over those toes and put a lot of pressure on that knee joint again. We also want to make sure that we're not hyperextended in the back, so nice neutral spine, and you can have a slight forward lean. So we'll come up and together. For our next exercise, we're going to do a lateral lunge. The way we're going to start with a lateral lunge is once again just that nice soft athletic position. You're going to take a little bit wider than shoulder width step. You're going to lunge towards the direction you stepped, making sure that our knee and our foot are pointed in the same direction and our hip is also in line with your knee. That way your hip's not swinging way far out and we're nice and in line. This leg should be nice and straight. You should feel that nice pull right on that inner thigh area. And once you're down, you're going to come back up, step together, and repeat. So we'll alternate. To the next side, down, up, together. For balance purposes, you can also use a chair or whatever you have around for stability. And you can do the same thing. So a little bit wider than shoulder width. You're going to come down to the side, making sure that that knee is in line with the foot, the hip is in line with the knee. Come up and together. So wider step, down and out to the side. Feel that good stretch, up, together. Inhale as you go down. Exhale as you come up. Completes our lower body circuit. Now we're going to move into a minute of cardio followed by a minute of rest. A minute of cardio can be jogging in place, high knee marching, jumping jacks, whatever you prefer. Moving into our upper body circuit, we're going to start with body weight push-ups. So here I have the yoga mat. I'm going to just come on down here and lay on my stomach to start. We're going to place our hands about shoulder width apart and at chest level. So we'll curl the feet up. We're going to keep the body nice and tight, the core nice and engaged, and the point of this is to press up, come down. Press up and come down. So we're going to exhale as we push up, inhale as we lower. Keeping the back nice and neutral, making sure that we're not sagging, so not hyperextended in the back, engaging the core, descend down into the push-up, and come up. The second exercise in the upper body circuit is going to be a bicep curl. We're going to take our TheraBand, we're going to lay it down on the ground, grab the handle with one hand. You're going to step on that TheraBand about mid-foot. So you're going to hold the handle, palm facing forward, nice soft stance, and you're going to curl up, pulling on the resistance band, making sure that that shoulder and elbow are nice and in line with each other as you curl. So coming up and down. Exhale, inhale as you lower. Now to make this easier or harder, we can step further away from the handle to make it easier, to provide more slack here, and still continue. And if that's too easy and you want to make more of a challenge for yourself, we'll step a little bit closer. So still nice soft stance, get that good tension here, and we're going to curl up and down. For our last exercise in the upper body circuit, we're going to use the TheraBand for what's called a bent over row. We'll start this exercise by laying the TheraBand down on the ground, stepping on it, once again with that mid-foot, kind of finding that tension in there. Make sure they're nice and even on both sides or else it'll be uneven as you pull. Then we're going to cross the TheraBand handles into the opposing hands, bend over, keeping the back nice and straight, nice neutral spine, core engaged. And in this position, you're then going to pull back, keeping the elbows nice and close to the body, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Then return to starting. Exhale as you pull, inhale as you lower. So squeeze the shoulder blades together and return to start. One thing that we don't want to see is a rounded back as you pull or a super arched back as you pull. So try and keep that spine nice and neutral, nice and straight. Exhale as you pull, squeeze the shoulder blades back together, feel it in between them, and relax. For our last circuit, we're going to target core. The exercise that we'll begin with is a modified plank. So I'll come down here to my yoga mat. I'm going to lay on my stomach. I'm going to put my elbows down nice and close to the body. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to bend my feet up and I'm going to bridge up into a plank position. My elbows and shoulders should be in line with each other. Core nice and engaged, nice neutral spine, straight line from the head all the way to the knees. What we don't want to see is that hyperextended back. If you ever feel the pressure or pain in your back, maybe we should come down and take a break or engage that core and try and readjust. Also, we want to try not to hike at the hips. So if we're bending at the hips, we're kind of defeating the purpose of this whole exercise. So we'll make sure we're remaining nice and straight, holding. If you feel uncomfortable holding for the whole 30 seconds, don't hesitate to come down, take a break. And if you feel comfortable, come on back up and finish out the remaining 30 seconds. Our next exercise is going to be a side plank. So I'm going to start here by laying down on my yoga mat with my knees bent up behind me, elbow nice and close to the body. I'm going to place my hand just kind of on my side. And what we're going to do is we're going to bridge up into a side plank, making sure that from our head to our knees are nice and straight. Should feel that in the core. Make sure our shoulder and our elbow are in line so it takes the pressure off the shoulder. And we're going to sit here for 30 seconds. If you cannot maintain 30 seconds or if you feel uncomfortable or any kind of pain, don't hesitate to come down, take a brief break, and come right back up whenever you feel comfortable. And we're going to finish out the 30 seconds. And then remember to switch sides. Completing the core circuit, you're going to start from the beginning and complete all 3 circuits one more time. After you've finished all 3 circuits for the second time, we want to make sure that we have a nice cool down. So we never just want to stop exercise. We want to make sure just as we warmed up, we're cooling down, bringing that heart rate back down. So cool down could be a simple walk. You could end with your dynamic stretching and your static stretches, so your hip flexor stretch, your quad stretch, your calf stretch, hamstring stretch, whatever you feel most comfortable with, just to make sure we don't just cease exercise. Thank you for joining us and enjoy your workout.